Don't know where it goes. I'm on a road. Follow your heart. It won't let you down. Follow your heart. Take the steps beyond your way. Take the steps. When you have a dream, you gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. All right, and we are shining here on the ranch. I apologize for being a few minutes late. Technology. We're having some sound issues, which we have now figured out, and we are here and ready to go. And we have a great show. This is our first one of the new year. I hope it's finding everybody, ready to go in the new year. If you follow me, you know that I have a unique philosophy for the new year. I don't believe in resolutions. I believe in taking stock, taking inventory, looking back at 2023, deciding what went well and what I want to do more of. So I kind of set some goals for myself. Resolutions kind of makes it sound like you did something wrong, and you really didn't. You just want to see what you want to do. You want to plan for 2024. And my plan on the ranch is we had some really super great guests on the show. And I just wanted to keep ramping it up and bringing you the best of Americana country music, of indie artists anywhere, and bring them to you. And that's what we're starting the year off. We got a good one tonight. We're going to be talking to Andrew Dean in just a few seconds. But again, it's interesting to find pockets of country music everywhere. It's in Canada, it's in South America. And here we kind of have starting off the year with kind of the heart of country music when you listen to Andrew's music. So let's do that now. Let's bring you, Andrew Dean.
How you doing there, Randie? It's so good to be with you.
It's really good to be with you. My blood pressure's going, like tech issues. So we figured it out. We conquered our demons early in 2024.
There you go. Yes.
Now we want to talk about important things. Americana country music, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Not a better topic for 2024, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Andrew, and I've been seeing you. It's great to actually talk to people that I've been like swarming in the same circles with for so long. And I finally get to bring them on my show and actually talk to them, steal ideas, share ideas, and see where it's all going. I love that.
Well, it's really awesome to be with you. I'll tell you, it really is.
Thank you. So this is how I start off the show. Because I know in your career, you kind of started in a different direction too, a little rock and roll, and then you wound up country. So my question to you is, why country music?
Well, I think country really gets to the heart of things, and it's most relative in my life. I tell stories a lot of times when I write. It's a lot of times the people I meet. It's a lot of times the people in situations that I've lived through, various things. And I think country's a real good story venue. And some of the newer stuff kind of sounds a little bit like the old rock and roll stuff. So,
Right.
That's kind of my old heartbeat. But I kind of mix the traditional stuff in there too, because I love a steel and a fiddle in the music. I love that.
I hear a lot of pedal steel in your music.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, you should love this. My first album I actually did out in California with Marty Rifkin, who's a big pedal steel guy. He's traveled with everyone. He gave me some of the best advice, I think, of anyone. They're just kind of laid back, cool people, pedal steel guys. They kind of have their own groove going. You notice that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
they just kind of sit back and, fill it all in for us.
Oh, that's what a good pedal guy does. He just kind of knows where to put those nice little signature licks in there, and then just the little fills and pads in. Oh, yeah.
I love good pedal steel, but I got to tell you, good pedal steel, I think, is hard to find. I think it's almost harder than a bass player.
I got a joke there somewhere, I'm sure. Bass players get picked on, you know.
I know. Almost as much as banjo players, I
I'm
think,
telling you. Mhm.
Now we're going to go into your first song, which I think almost every country artist, every Americana has a song about home.
Mhm.
So how did this one come about for you?
Well, you know, when you're out on the road and you're going, and it's just nice to sit down in your own easy chair and say, I'm home, I'm here. I can sit around, play the guitar, and I'm not on a schedule. I'm just can be laid back a little bit. It's always wonderful to be home. It's like sometimes a giant hug of just not being too busy, you know.
And I guess unless you've been on the road and you can get caught up in that grind and the audience, and that can actually be its own high.
Yeah,
You kind of get lost in what you're really doing it for,
yeah.
and that's your home.
Well, you know, there's times I've actually woke up places and I have to open the curtain and say, oh yeah, here's where I am, you know, because it's just go 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 go, and then you wind up. I'm not complaining by any means. I mean, I love what I do, but sometimes it's just hard to mentally keep yourself charged all that time, you know, on that
Yeah.
keel of performing and going and doing and going and doing. And that's why I say it's just nice to come home, sit down, see family, and just know you're in your good spot, you know.
And where's home for you?
Well, actually, it's two different places, believe that or not. Uh, my main home is in Ohio, and then I also have a place in Florida.
So
So
we're actually neighbors. I'm in Pennsylvania.
you're in Pennsylvania, yes. How about
We're
that? We
neighbors.
we send all our snow to you.
Yeah, you just got it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My dog won't even go outside the door. It's a problem,
Oh,
but
I have to shovel a spot for ours, or she won't.
yeah, he looks at it and goes, "I know." He's a bit of a diva, my dog.
Oh well, keep you on your toes, though, right?
It sure does. It sure does. All right, why don't we hear that song, "Home" by Andrew Dean.
Hey, this is Andrew Dean from Andrew Dean and the Farm Machine. You're listening to It's My Country Radio Show right here on IMC Country Radio.
Riding out on this highway, far from my home, passing by all these mile markers on a road of unknown. I see the faces of people as I pass by, missing my friends and family, no matter how hard I try. 'Cause I'm home is where I belong. I'll be home and it won't be long. I say goodbye to this highway. I see my house up the lane. Got to do things my way and hang up this road of pain. When I come back home and see my family and friends, I sit in my old easy chair and life is good again. 'Cause I'm home is where I belong. I'll be home and it won't be long. 'Cause I'm home is where I belong. I'll be home riding out on this highway.
All right, and we're back with Andrew Dean, and you are on the ranch with me, Randie O'Neill, and we are across 6 platforms. And I want you to know we have a couple people watching right now. This is interactive, so if you have a question, a comment, if you like what you're seeing, throw it in the comments. We will be able to see it. We can make it part of the show, and we'd love to hear from you. So again, we're here with Andrew Dean. We just heard the song Home. And, I think you mentioned in that song too, which is really cool. There's a lot of people on the road home and away from home. And you feel that, in the holidays with our servicemen and everyone else. So I see you mention them quite often.
Mm-hmm. I love my veterans. I sure do. I didn't have to serve because they served, and I love my freedom. And so I'm very thankful for each and every one of them. Any family that has veterans in their family, I'm so thankful for them. I truly am, because I get to enjoy my freedom, and so do you. And it's just it means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me.
Right, and my great nephew is deployed right now. So,
well, I appreciate your family service. I really do, with all my heart.
Yeah, and it's the first time we had to go through that, having someone deployed in the holidays, and my poor great nieces, the whole family. It's hard to know what to do to support them, but great music gets me through a lot of tough times.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure.
So when you're touring around, are we in one of those great big buses, or how are we touring around?
Well, not anymore. We used to be, that's for sure. Now I kind of have compacted things down a little bit, do things a little different with all of what I'm doing, just because number one, cost or something else. When you start doing that, the overhead gets pretty big, and so when you're out there getting the gigs and you're booking things, and particularly if you're doing it yourself, it gives you a little more leeway on your budget, which helps people out, which makes you, I guess, work all the more. But that's good. I love to be busy. I love to be doing that's me, So.
And I know that you were on the road. You did almost 200 shows last year.
Yeah, I did a little over, actually. This year I'm trying to shoot for a little under, but I think we're already at 205 or 210. So yeah, that's kind of not going to happen.
I actually only know one other artist who works more than you, and his name is Johnny Chase, and he tagged over 365 shows last year.
Boy, that's a lot. I'm telling you, that's a lot.
It's a lot. He's one of my business partners, and trying to have business meetings with him.
Probably on the phone while he's walking to get to his gig, carrying his guitar, right?
Right. We do FaceTime, and it's like wobbling because he's like on a, it's like, don't crash, Johnny,
The life of a musician, I tell you.
It's so glamorous, isn't it?
Oh, well, it has its good moments. It sure does. It sure does.
I don't think meeting fans is it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love when playing on the stage. That I always tell people that's the fun part, and the meet and greets and all that. That's the fun part. If you've got to haul equipment or load equipment or do anything like that, it gets pretty grueling. But that's just all part of it, and I love what I do. I mean, I'm blessed to do it, really.
Yeah. I know. I love meeting the fans, hearing them sing along is just.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. And I've actually gotten to the point where with my music, because they might not know my music, I make these sing-along cards,
Oh yeah.
That, they could sing along. It's just the best feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it when you get a crowd, and sometimes there's been times I've had to actually turn my mic up because the volume coming at you is like, wow.
I know. There are worse.
my heart races when that happens too,
I
because
know. I know. I
they're
was
your
gonna say,
babies.
I know. It's like there are worse problems to have. Like, I'll turn it up. Come on, keep going. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
So, um, so you're on the road, and I know I hit the road when I have new music coming out. Is that the same for you?
Oh yeah, and we are currently right now working on two separate projects. The country project will be out, I would say, probably by March 1st. Brand new music, and then also we have an inspirational one we're doing, and we're
Oh,
recording that in a pretty wild place. It's called Wikiwachi, Florida, and
I've heard of it.
yeah, well, it's home of the mermaids. It is. It is. It's they've been swimming their tails off since 1947, so it's a pretty.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Oh my
cool.
goodness.
Yeah, it's cool. And of course, we when you're down here, you're setting just minutes off of the Gulf, so just really hard to take, if you know what I mean.
I do. I do. Let me see if I can get my banners here. Ah, there it is. Okay. Guys, we have quite a few people watching right now. Again, all this is interactive. So if you know where that is in Florida, shout out. Um, Andrew's been all over the place. So if you've seen him around, again, shout out. If you like a song, we'd love to hear from you. So again, any questions? We see it on all 6 platforms. So it all comes back to here. So what's your next release?
Well, I just had Texas and Tennessee, which is on the new project, so that's the first release off the project.
Okay.
I've got a song that's ready to drop. That's uh, it's called "If I Could," and I'm telling you, boy, oh boy, when I played it, well, even in the studio, there were tears. It was just one of those that's just out of guys that are are tough guys and that. Oh no, it's a good song. I know it'll go over well. It's more of a ballad style, but uh, I've also got one right now that I just released out that's called "In My Memory." That's a mama song, and it's about my mom. Who really, boy, you talk about somebody who's your number one fan in life. My mom was my number one fan. And that lady could play, she could play a piano. We had a grand piano in our front room. She could play anything and everything. She'd sit down, you'd name it, and she'd play it. And oh yeah, so I really had some stiff competition. I would be practicing, and she'd yell from the other room, B flat, F sharp, and I'd be like, I'm trying here, I'm trying. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But
Well, Second Chance Rising is really looking forward to your new releases.
oh, good, awesome, awesome, awesome.
So that's great. That's good to hear. I love when colleagues join in.
Oh yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Well, here's the thing. We're all doing this together, and we need to be together on our music. The indie movement is moving in such a fashion now that honestly, it's kind of taken its steps with mainstream, where it's gonna evolve, especially with technology. It's gonna evolve, and everybody's just got to be. I think, at least in my heart, I want to be thankful for music and everybody's talent. I mean, it's a God given talent for people to share, and boy oh boy, I love other people's success. I truly do.
No, I agree. I agree, which is, part of this show and Blast Music 24/7. I thank them every day for giving me the format to do this. Troy Saha, which is who's the vice president of
Hmm.
Blast. I met him at ISA, um, the International Singer-Songwriter Association award ceremony.
Hmm.
And they were like, yeah, we want to expand into country music. And I'm like, yes, because I love meeting indie artists. And we have learned, indie artists, that we're stronger together.
Yes.
That only together are we a force with big music, I guess,
Hmm.
because we can compete on some level. We don't have the pockets for Billboard,
Right.
but we can have an audience, we could have fans, and we can get heard. And a lot of us have some great messages.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard so much great talent, and even with Tammany and her bunch, the ISSA, I've just so much good talent, you know. I mean, just and I did see you there. I didn't meet you, unfortunately, but seems to me somebody had an award for a video of the year.
That was me.
Yes, awesome, awesome,
I was
awesome.
I was done, but I was so sick that day. I can't even. I sat in my little corner. I didn't ask Mark Rosner. I didn't think I was going to make it to the
Oh
show. I
boy.
was just like, I don't know what happened. Something the night before, I think, just wiped me out that in the day. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
But I had the only car and I was driving. So like you get up, you get dressed, you throw some makeup on.
oh yeah.
And life is good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, are you going to be there this next year?
Yeah. I have another video who's just actually just been nominated. Are you going to be there again?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Did you
Just
have your
got
nomination yet?
I got 13 of them this time around.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
think
well, we'll see.
I have
You know.
6. I didn't put out a full album. You know, I had a few singles and the album's dropping next month, so I didn't get to do the full album. So I'm just putting in for singles and it's all good.
Well, you know, now this next year when we're there, I do expect to meet you.
We're going to make that happen.
You
I'm
know?
going to make Mark we're going to do a meet and greet. You know, I'll talk to Troy. Troy, are you listening? We're going to have our own room. I'm sure.
Cool.
Of it.
Cool.
I would love that. I would love that. Well, let's talk about you for your music. I want to hear some more of your music. Let's talk about Here in the Sun. Tell me how that came about.
Well, that's a Florida song all the way right there. It is. It is. I like trop music. Always kind of like the Buffett style stuff, and I like to intermix a lot of that in with the country music. I think there's so much that can be gained out of that, and particularly when I'm driving around in. I'm not going to brag about this, but when I'm driving around in the convertible and with the top down, it's beautiful, and I'm looking at palm trees. I think I'm probably bragging now. But I love just the tropics and the music and the whole vibe is just, I love the vibe.
I'm a California girl, but I love this video and the water and the sun. And we're gonna have to hear that right now. We have quite a few people chiming in, so I've been putting some of their posts up. So
Great.
Keep them coming. We got a lot of people watching. All right.
Awesome.
We're going to be here in the sun because I'm snowed in.
The river, it don't get any better. We have a great time when we all get together, laughing and a drinking and putting some good music on. We tie our boats together when it's sunny weather. The fish ain't biting, but don't hook your neighbor. We all are here to have a little fun. 'Cause here in the sun, have a weekend of fun. Setting into motion, we commence to float. The party is on while we are boating. Oh yeah. Jumping and swimming, now that's a given. Swimming to the sandbar, now that's really living. Time really goes by fast when you're having fun. Tubing or skiing, now who would be believing the weekend is over, we gotta be leaving. We'll all be meeting next weekend for some fun. 'Cause here in the sun, we commence to float. The party is on while we are boating.
And we are back on the ranch here with Andrew Dean. We see a lot of people watching tonight. I want you to know any Americana country artists who would like to be on the ranch, there's a little banner going annoyingly across the screen there. And that's a form to fill out if you'd like to be on the show. Because again, we're all things indie Americana artists here. So bring your best and we'll showcase what you got. So right now we're talking with Andrew Dean. And again, we've been traveling in they're kind of similar circles. So it's really nice to catch up with you tonight. I can't wait to hear your new music, which should be coming out
very shortly. Very shortly. Yeah, we're excited. I'm really blessed to do what I do. I can tell you right now, and I'm blessed to be surrounded by such people like yourself and many in the business that are do interviews and things where we can get out and talk to people, and it's a real treat to be here on the ranch with you.
Oh, and I appreciate you taking your time because I know how busy you can get. So I'm watching your videos, and this little surfer girl really knows how much fun you had filming that last one. It looks like you have fun doing video.
Oh yeah. Most of the time, yes. And I say most of the time because there's been times I've playing the guitar and I step off the porch and fall on my face or something. We cut that out. We leave all that stuff out.
Now, if you watch my video, Don't Tell Mama, I actually had new boots on, corrals, and I was on this little wooden bridge, and I nearly went over, and I started laughing. He put it in, he edited it in, and I'm like, all right, it's staying in because it was so funny, and it's a funny video anyway, but the outtakes.
Sometimes those spur of the moment things are cool. It just adds something,
Add a little humor.
Oh, yeah, why not?
But we're indie artists and we really can't ignore any of the medias. There's so many, the videos, the streaming, the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. There really is. And I'll tell you what, I appreciate each and every one of them. Like I say, I've really been blessed to be on a lot of different shows and a lot of different things. And the people I meet, they're so awesome. I mean, just so awesome. That to me is the best, is the people you meet along the way. I mean, I think we went out to Texas and we had an awards thing, and there was a gentleman there by the name of Johnny Angel. And I got to tell you, man, he's such a cool cat, and just meet so many people across the board. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. Like I'm kind of babbling on right now about, I get that way. I'm just so blessed.
I meet people too on the road, and it's somehow you just have these connections with fellow artists, with your fans, and you just kind of want to put them in your suitcase and take them with you.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah.
It's like, I got room. We got to write this song. I got room in my Subaru.
There you go.
Oh goodness, so much good stuff happening. But it's good, Andrew.
Well, it is, and life is good. When I look at my olden rocking days, and I don't mean rocking on a porch either, by the way. I mean, this old cat right here used to really, really rock it out, so those days were pretty fun, interesting. I always tell people I'd write a book, but there's a few chapters I'd have to still leave out.
Oh, that's a don't tell mama moment right there.
You betcha.
Everyone's got a few of those across the board.
Yeah. Well, my dad was listening to one of my songs, and in it I sing about days of skipping school, and he looked at me, he goes, "You did that?" And I was like, "Many years ago, I plead immunity."
Yeah, what's the statute of limitations on skipping out on school?
Yeah. So if anybody needs to know anything about me or wants to know where I'm at, you can always catch my website. That's www.andrewdean.us. And my motto is, come on in and sit a spell. Kick up a chair and relax.
There's your QR code. We can show them now.
That is such an awesome graphic. You know that?
Did you do that yourself?
Well, no, I have a team that does such good stuff that they show me things, and it's kind of like it amazes me. It really does. Again, a talent. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Can write you a good song, but straight line with a ruler, that's not my forte.
You know what? Before we get to your last song, talk to the people too. I've learned to stay in my lane. Like I can write lyrics, melody, but I'm not a producer. I'm a graphic design person. I've learned to put a good team together.
Mhm.
Talk to people about what it is to find your producer.
Well, I produce my own stuff. So that was an easy one there because I look at him
Okay.
in the mirror. I look at him in the mirror, and I do listen to. I'm very, very conscientious about what I'm hearing, and a lot of times if I don't hear something just right in the music or this or that, it means going back and doing it over or working it over. So a lot of times that's a lot to do. But on the same hand, you got to surround yourself with people. If you're not a talented graphic person, like you were saying, you've got to have somebody who can do that for you. You got to get people in place that are going to help you and get behind you and what you're doing and give you the boost you need. Because quite frankly, to do it all, it is a business, and to do it all, you need to have the team.
Right, right. And what you're doing must be working because, as Johnny Angel just pointed out, you've got the trophies and the awards, and people really digging your music along the way.
Well, Johnny is a cool cat. I like him a whole lot. I'll tell you what. He's a brother now. Uh, but yeah, so many people have great music out there though. Like I keep saying this over and over. I know, but I'm overwhelmed sometimes by the quality of music I hear. You know,
Right.
and the message and what you it just I'm overwhelmed by the talent of people and those people that surround themselves and come around this old guy right here. So like I say, I'm pretty blessed. I just come from an old farming community. I mean, we had a one stoplight in our town, and that was pretty much it. Well, we had a bakery, that was pretty good.
Did you have a
So
Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts?
none of that stuff. It was all just hometown people. We had a bank and several bars, a few churches, and a bakery. So that's what you got. But other than that, it was a farm community, and everybody was farmers there. Um, I worked on a farm when I was just a kid coming up, and I know what it is to get out there and have to plow and dig up rock, and you got broken tiles in the field you got to dig up or what. I know what it is to work, and that comes from my upbringing in a small town. Great parents, great family, and of course, my dad saying, "Hey, son, you know what? You want a little extra jingle in your pocket out there? That's called work. You get on out there and get you some." You know, and
Oh, I
and
totally agree.
yeah,
And go ahead.
and the other thing he always used to do was tell me, there's this thing called a garden out back, and the worst thing that comes out of that's what's going to be on your plate. So you take care of that garden. Boy, did I.
Some wise words from your dad. And I have to tell you, I try to find the positive in everything, and COVID even. I think the world really had to readjust and start to appreciate things that they didn't appreciate. And I think, there's always been going to be like the urban rural divide. But, the urban people in their defense are so far removed from the farm
Mhm.
that I think they have a new appreciation for where everything came from. And I think even the farmers themselves, had to take a look at, kind of what was going on and the important role that they play.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you, without our farmers, we wouldn't eat. So, and I like to eat, doggone. So, I mean, it just doesn't magically appear at your grocery store or wherever you shop. Uh, it comes with work, a
Right.
lot
And
of
you
work.
need the truckers and you need a support system and you
Again, a
need
team.
you need a team,
Yeah. Hmm.
just like us musicians,
That's
it
right.
takes what could, Takes a village to raise a child. Is that how it goes? Am I saying
Yeah,
that right?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right.
But, and I think, hopefully people have taken a whole, new approach at what is essential, personnel and that. And farmers definitely were on the list. My sister has a farm, raises horses. And I think the only thing, like, you put a lot of money into music. I think horses are the only thing that it's such a labor of love when you raise horses.
I would love to have had horses, but with my schedule, I'm telling you, there's no way I could care for a horse the way a horse needs cared for. But if I can go riding, you better believe I'm saddling up and I'm going, because I love it. I love it. I love it. In fact, my dad came down and we went out on a ride. I found out he had a pony when he was just a kid, out on the farm. So that's something I didn't know about him. But it was really cool just going out and riding and taking in the moment, the nature with the horse, and just, it was so relaxing. So one of my best memories.
I know I have great memories. Oh, well, Johnny Angel, the essential distilleries and breweries.
Well, that too. Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
You betcha. That doesn't hurt unless you have a little too much and slide off the horse. I mean, that I'm not implying anything.
I'm not implying. But yeah, I have to, when I'm on the road too, I have to rethink what to do with my dog.
Oh yeah. Well, ours goes along. She's just a little Yorkie. I call her a dorky. Because she gets, the way that when we first got her, she jumped up. I forgot about having a dog. She jumped up on the table. We had our steaks marinating up there. Yeah, you guessed it. She helped herself. And oh yeah, I come in and I looked at the table. I told my wife, Terry, I says, there were 2 steaks there and there's only one. And I looked at the floor and there was this like greasy mess on the floor from the marinade, I said, she didn't. And she just, well, she was not feeling well for a few days after that. but oh man. So yeah, I said, that's it. You're not a Yorkie anymore. You're a dorky. So eating my steak. So.
And can I tell you, I have a dog that's allergic to chicken.
Is that right?
When I tell you this guy is a diva, I am telling you, high maintenance Cocker Spaniel. I am going to start taking him with me. But I have to watch him like a hawk because he can't eat certain things. I'm like, what dog is allergic to chicken?
Oh yeah.
He gets so sick. But there's something, I don't know. But
you gotta stick with the grains and beef for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love my beef. So
well,
a good ribeye and onion.
You're talking my language right there.
Mushrooms.
Now I'm getting hungry. Oh man.
The first article when I started doing music, I don't know why, like the first article I put out, I did a burger study. I went to all these different places and rated burgers, and I wrote an article about my burger rating system.
Well, that's not so bad, right? That's not a bad gig. You just have to upgrade yourself to steak, steak
Yeah.
houses.
Steak, that's my next one, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Around the country. I'm doing some serious steakhouses.
Oh yeah, why not?
All right. Speaking of farmers, we got your last song here, which is actually a salute to farmers.
Mm-hmm. It has some of my local farmers from my hometown. It's got some local farmers from in Florida. I got a lot of farming friends, and boy, I'm thankful for each and every one of them and each and every one of the farmers out there. Because like I said, I like to eat. So yeah.
Right. So why don't we take a listen to Salute to the Farmers?
I was sitting at the table, it was time to eat, thinking I'm thankful for what's important to me. Thought of all the work that went into this meal. Suddenly it all became so real. Oh, I'm thankful for what the farmer's done. He's up at the crack of dawn and through the midday sun, working evening hours till the job is done. I'm thankful for the farmer who feeds everyone. The farmer's done. He's up at the crack of dawn and through the midday sun, working evening hours until the job is done. I'm thankful for the farmer who feeds everyone. Those who work the jobs from the cities to the town don't even think a minute of where their food is from. But the farmer goes to work day by day. Rain, sleet, snow or hail, the food is on its way. What the farmer's done. He's up at the crack of dawn and through the midday sun, working evening hours until the job is done. I'm thankful for the farmer who feeds everyone. Blessed us with this hard-working soul. God, family, and farming, it's in his very soul. Working evening hours until the job is done. I'm thankful for the farmer who feeds everyone. We salute the farmers who feed everyone.
And we're back here on the ranch with Andrew Dean. We're going across 6 platforms. We got a lot of people watching with some comments. And Andrew, I will support my friends who interview with this program thanks to the blast.
You betcha.
Yeah, thank you. This is a really great platform, and I'm glad that they really did expand and have a forum for us indie artists. They do really support different types of music, which I think is really, really cool. It's kind of a unique place. So check out Blast Music 24/7. And everyone watching, we know we indie artists really do appreciate your support. All those likes on Facebook and YouTube, those all matter in our business. People watch that when they're booking, when radio people are deciding who they're going to play, they check all the socials. So really do appreciate you guys chiming in tonight. I don't think we can leave tonight, Andrew, without talking about that beautiful guitar of yours that's been in each video.
Well, I've got probably 21 of different varieties. I do. I can't play them all at once, but I've got a bunch of them. Oh yeah. I do prefer. I've got a Martin I like real well that I play a lot.
I'm a mile from the Martin factory.
Oh, are you now? Awesome.
I am. You should come visit. My uncle used to work there back in the day.
I've even got some old like the cheaper rendition of the Martin made them, a Goya 12 string. I mean, that's from like the 80s, but this thing the sound on it is wow. It's just really good. So, but I mean, I've got more toys than I should have. I could tell you.
Guys and girls shop for guitars differently. I want a real versatile, unique sound. I have a few guitars, but I know almost every male musician that I know has like 20 to 30 guitars.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing.
I think I have 5 or 6, and one I've given to my nephew. So.
Yeah, I've got, my goodness. I not only have those guitars, I've got a lap steel I got 2 different styles ukulele. I'm looking at a bass ukulele now because I've got a tenor and an alto. So, I mean, I've keyboards. I've got probably about 4 or 5 keyboards. I got a cajon, which is a drum you sit on and play.
I love my cajones. They really... I like them better than a drum set a lot of times for what I do, and even for your music, just to guide things along. You don't need heavy hitting.
Oh well, I'll tell you, I've got a Nashville drummer who is doing and he's a heavy hitter. In fact, he was with Marty Stewart. But man, oh man, does he know how to hit them skins? But I also have a couple songs where I just use the cajon. And you can hear, it's a totally different effect, totally different. So, and there's one that I used both in. So that was rather interesting.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So I mean, there's all kinds of things I like to play with. I guess that's why I got so many different guitars and stuff like that. It's because each has its own sound, and you can experiment with the music, and maybe come up with something really ear grabbing.
Right. Right.
I call it ear candy.
Always.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of different instruments, and I only take, I think, 2 guitars usually on the road. Wait, Johnny Angel plays with a stolen guitar?
Uh-oh. He's a rebel, that one.
Is one of yours missing, Andrew?
Yeah, I might have one missing. Wait a minute, Johnny. Oh yeah. I like I say, I've got harmonicas too. I forgot to mention that. There's been a couple instruments I've tried to play that didn't work out so well. Steel drums was one of them. I tried to play those, and I thought I was doing really good, and the fella that let me play, he kind of reached across and grabbed Steve. He says, "Dude, just stay in your lane." He goes, "This isn't for you." Man, I thought I was doing good, Jim. He goes, "No, not really." And I bought me a fiddle to play one time, and I couldn't get past rosin up the bow. It was terrible. The wife and the dog, they left. They were having no part of it. So I called up.
Yeah, the bowing is different. It really, really is. Takes some technique.
It does. So I called up a friend of mine who plays fiddle, and I says, "Hey Becky," I says, "You in the market for a fiddle?" And she came over and looked at it. She goes, "Oh man, this is expensive. How much?" And I says, "Just get it out of here." I said, "Because it's that bad. I can't do it." I can't do it, and I won't anymore.
Oh, I went to my niece's daughter was having a first year strings recital. Had to go.
Oh
It,
boy.
oh, oh, oh. You just
Yes.
smile, smile, smile. You encourage,
Yep.
know.
That's right. Listen, I went through different things with our kids or two in all their band and stuff like that. That was, oh boy, you must endure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hey, I couldn't stand myself when I first started. I haven't been playing guitar all that long. I was always been a singer and I
mhm.
hated myself practicing. I was like, you know, but that's
well, I,
what's where you start. That's where you start.
well, and I can tell you, I started early, very early, because of my mom and how skilled she was and everything. I started very early at piano and all of that, and was in the choirs and all that kind of stuff. Uh, but when I got into guitar, that was kind of another thing. I took it at my own pace. I was still in the rock bands back then, and took it at my own pace, and so yeah, I could grow into that more than just practice, practice, practice. But
Mm.
I will tell you this. Now, one of the first words of advice I got from my wife's dad. Now, here's the crazy. Uh, I met him back when I was about 14 with my mom, who was her dad was an awesome tenor and played in a combo, and my mom liked him, so we went out. I learned That's where I learned a lot of what I do today, watching him when I was like 14. And I remember going up to him and saying, "Sir," I said, "you're really good." And he looked at me and he says, "Kid," he says, "if you want to get good, you got to do three things." And I'm like, "What's that, sir?" He goes, "Practice, practice, practice." So, you know, that's my thing with my wife Terry. I always looking at her when I've got to work on something. I'm like, yeah, practice, practice, practice.
Hey, even after you just write something, you really have to practice. You got to learn your own song,
You do, you do, especially if you got some really cool licks in there, and that's like, oh, that sounds so great. Oh, how did I do that?
How am I going to do that on stage? And, you're sitting there, how are you going to replicate all of this,
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a fiddle player, same way. Grand Ole Opry fiddle player. She played some mean licks, and it was like, okay, can you do that again? We're going to take that a little different. I'd have to learn it if I wanted to do it again. It's like,
Yeah.
I said, okay, we'll take what you got. We'll take what you give.
All right, Andrew, we're winding up here. I'm going to put your QR codes here for our audience so they can find you. Tell us, Andrew, what do you have coming up?
Oh boy, I've got a lot of different stuff coming up. We're going to be doing a summertime tour coming up in Ohio and up through the Great Lakes. Uh, just lots of work down here and around Central Florida. Just a lot of going on. All you gotta do is come to the website, take a look. You'll see where all I'm playing. You can come on out to the show, see us. Uh, you can catch us on about any platform. I mean, we're on Spotify, Tidal, and I even have to look at them all. There's a bunch of them. Pretty much, we're on all of them as they go. Even music at Amazon and just all over. You can see all that on the website. You can see pictures of who I've been with and all that good stuff. Uh, so I always get in trouble because I don't really talk a lot about myself because I love talking about other people, and I love talking about accomplishments and success in those people, um, and such as yourself. It's just been such a joy to be here at the ranch with you, and Randie, I just appreciate you so much for having me on. It took a little patience to get things at first, I know, but hey, that's all right. It's all good.
Yeah. It took us some coordinating, and even tonight, with the sound, it took some finagling, but we got there, and I'm so excited that we did. And
Yeah.
I do appreciate you spending time with me on the ranch. Anyone watching, if you're an artist yourself and you'd like to join me on the ranch, again, it's my website, randieoneal.com/shows, and there's a form for me to review. We can get you on. Okay, so I think that's all the time. I think we have one more comment here. Oh, Josh, great to see you. All right. Oh, there's Josh is here. Well, hello.
Yeah. Hey. All right.
You
Yeah.
made it. We had
Yeah.
some great people watching tonight. A lot of interaction. It really made it a lot of fun. It really did.
Yeah. Josh is a cool cat. I like him a lot. He's a cool cat. Has
All
some
right.
awesome music.
Oh, Johnny Angel liked our show. Thank you for hanging in there and finding us. We were a little bit late. I hate being late. I really do.
Yeah.
It really bothers me. The more comments coming in. So again, thank you for joining us here on the ranch. You were here with Andrew Dunn. Dunn. Andrew, he's my handyman. Andrew Dean. You like any work done? He's a musician too. So it's a small world. So Andrew Dean is here tonight. We're here every Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you for joining us. And again, we hope to see you around.
Thank you, Randie. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. It's really cool you're here. It just means a lot. Thank you.
I'm on the road. Don't know where it goes. I'm on the road. Follow your heart. It won't let you down. Follow your heart. Take the steps. Be on your way. Take the steps. When you have a dream, you gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. All right. Have a good night, everyone.